Here you go.
One.
Just go over it all. So we usually just stick on Rio now.
Rio is good though.
Yeah. Or fresh lime and soda, as I'm a pub worker, mate.
Yeah. Alright everyone, the clips that you just watched at the start of the video were from my holiday that I recently took in England. I really didn't want to delete them or get rid of them because I really loved them and I had already edited that ages ago. So that's why it's at the start of this video. I hope you liked it. So what's happened recently is I quit my job. It may not seem like a big deal to many people watching this video, but to me, it's a huge deal. For anyone that doesn't know or anyone that's just come into my channel now, people have asked me what my real job was or where I work, and I was really reluctant to talk about it because I really wasn't enjoying my job. That's pretty much why I started this channel, because at this time in my life, I wasn't a happy person. I was really, really upset and really depressed and really down in the dumps. So making this channel just made me really, really happy and made me feel better about everything. And then when people started asking me about my job, I kind of got a little bit annoyed and didn't want to talk about it. So yeah, I quit my job. Where do I start? Jeez. So where I've been working for the last 11 years of my life, I think it's about 11 years, is Lush Handmade Cosmetics. The reason I started working at Lush is because I was working at a restaurant called Wagamama. I don't know if you guys know about this. It's sort of like a noodle chain. They do like noodle soups, like ramens and fried noodles, whatever. It doesn't really matter. That job just annihilated me. It was very, very tiring. It was lots of hard work. On my break, which was 3 hours in between, because they were like split shifts, you know, you work in the morning, you have a 3-hour break, then you go back in the evening. I would go in this sort of 3-hour slot, I would go down the road and there was a Lush shop there and all of my mates worked there, like every single one of my mates. And it was weird, man. Like I would work in the restaurant in the morning and then I would go over to this place in between and everyone was just so happy. Everyone was so relaxed and they were just having an amazing time, just messing about, listening to really good music, and they all seemed like a really tight net of people. I asked one of my mates that was working at that store in Bournemouth in South England, I asked them if I could maybe get like a little bit of work there because I wasn't quite ready to leave the restaurant because I was making like a decent wage and stuff. So what I did was I carried on working 40 plus hours at the restaurant and I got a 15-hour contract working, I think, at Christmas as a Christmas temp in Lush, Bournemouth. It was so fun. I got to interact with customers and it was more of like a personal thing, you know, like we made a connection, and Lush was such an amazing thing that happened at the most perfect time in my life. And that may seem like super, super cheesy, but Lush definitely saved me. And because of that, it really did put itself on my life. I would always push through that wall, you know, like I would work extra, I would work more hours in the evening, I would clean everything, I don't know, man, like I just tried so hard because all I wanted was to work my way up in Lush and I wanted to be a manager. that was just nailed in my head and I wanted it. So what I did is I worked in everything I could. Every time a job opportunity came my way within Lush, I just grabbed hold of it and I just never let go, and I just worked my ass off until I achieved everything. I worked in the phone room, online, so taking people's calls when they phoned up to order stuff.
Hello, IT? Have you tried turning it off and on again?
I worked in picking and packing in the warehouse for when people phoned through. I got the invoice, I picked and packed everything.
Sounds broken.
Most likely, sir. I'll bet it was something nice, though.
But when I decided to leave because I wanted to move to Berlin, it was kind of weird because I was giving up something that I worked really, really hard for. And I went from being the boss to going to somewhere where I worked 15 hours. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, it was fucking hard for me to come to Berlin and to work for Lush. I did love it still. Trust me, I still love it to this day. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it was very, very different and very, very difficult for me to accept it. And I know I'm blabbering on, and I know I sound like a mental case right now, but it's just that Lush is like this most emotional ball of energy for me that is still inside me now, just vibrating and just going crazy. And whenever anyone fucks with that, obviously I get really upset or really aggressive. Basically, to cut this story a little bit short, I'm gonna let you know what happened in Berlin. So when I came to Berlin, the manager basically was a few pennies short of a pound, and he wasn't exactly the nicest guy in the world. He definitely sort of played around with my mind a little bit and told me a lot of lies, and I don't respect that with being a manager. I've only ever worked with managers within Lush that have been very open and very honest. So working with a manager that told me a lot of lies and messed around with me and told me basically I have to work in the stock room downstairs. I have to work there because my German's not good enough, and laughing at me when I talk German and stuff like that. I got really upset, really, really emotional, and really, really angry. And I'd never seen that side of me before. I'd never seen that very aggressive sort of I'm going to get my own back on you one day sort of feeling in my chest. I never got that. To be that person really upset me. And then I was taking it home and I was being aggressive in my personal life. I was feeling very depressed, very, very down. And this is why this stuff has happened to my shoulders. You know, like this is why all of my muscles have got all tightened up and I've been really depressed and really angry. A lot of people will tell me that it was all me, you know, like I'm an aggressive person. I'm pissed off all the time. I'm not nice to them. I'm always down in the dumps and I'm never talking to anyone. I never open up. But what I've come to realize is it's not me, you know, it's my environment. And my mum gave me the most insane and most simple and most beautiful advice. And she explained it to me like this. You have to imagine that your life, yourself, is like a flower. And stay with me, I know this sounds cheesy, but you have to imagine like your life is a flower. And now imagine planting that flower in a dark room, just surrounded by stones. And then you lock that door and you never water it. Soon that flower is gonna start looking really fucking ugly and it's just gonna die and wilt and it's gonna be horrible. You have to imagine that this is my situation. I was put in a bad environment, or I put myself in a bad environment, and eventually I started to wilt, I started to get angry, I started to get ugly, and I was being a very, very horrible person. I could have taken myself out of that situation, but I didn't, and it got worse and worse and worse. Now imagine taking that flower and putting it into soil, putting it into sunlight, and surrounding it by other flowers, and surrounding it with bees that are gonna pollinate. You get my gist. Basically, this flower is gonna look beautiful. This flower is gonna be amazing. This flower is gonna bloom and be beautiful and smell amazing. I need to get myself out of this horrible situation because I've been thinking this whole time that it's me. I'm a horrible person. I'm really, really angry. I'm really aggressive because I've got problems. But the truth behind it all is the situation I've put myself into is very toxic. And if I take myself out of that situation, then I can become a better person. I can achieve stuff that I used to achieve in the past. I can evolve myself. I can open my mind and be more loving and embrace people rather than pushing them away and hiding myself away. Ever since I quit my job at Lush Berlin, so like 2 weeks ago, I've been feeling amazing. Like my skin got better, my shoulders have been relaxing, I don't know, it's like something just melted away, you know, like I just feel happier. I feel like I've just opened up and I've become who I used to be. And I know a lot of my friends and family have been telling me the same thing, like they've never seen me this happy before or in a long, long time. It is because of this, you know, it's because of my new job. I'm sorry for blabbering on. I know. It's boring to see me sit here and just talk to this camera. But I really needed to get this off my chest because it's so important to bring this story to a close, because I'm sick of sitting in front of this camera moaning and telling you all these stories. So basically, I'm going to be in this new job. I really can't wait to start it. I'm so happy. I'm really happy to get myself away from Lush Cosmetics, even though I do love it. I need to get away from it. I need to distance myself from it as much as possible and start at this new place. It's going to be a new fresh beginning for me. Another huge thing is that I got a phone now. I haven't had a phone in like 5 years, so this is really weird. I've got Instagram, Twitter, I've got like WhatsApp and all that good stuff. So if you want to connect with me, all the links are below to my Instagram. You can see me on Instagram Live, post stories every single day on Instagram, so you can see stuff like this. And this.
Excuse me, can I have my ball back, please?
And a little bit of this.
How long for those sausages? 2 minutes, Turkish. It was 2 minutes 10 minutes ago.
Some of this.
Somebody once told me the world is
But mostly this.
No can do. What's that? A place between here and Kathmandu? Do us a favour. Meet me halfway, mate.
Nice one for watching this video, guys. Thank you so much. You can watch my other videos here or here, and you can subscribe to me here. Go and do all of that because it's really nice and it's well good. Nice one. Thank you. Cheers.